Today I want to chat about all Hermes handbags that I sold. Some of those handbags are very popular and you will be surprised. Please guys, stay with me. Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Oksana. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. Today I want to talk about my Hermes handbags that I sold, and I know quite often we don't want to kind of put it in the public, kind of disclose that the bags that we sold from Hermes, because it's meant to be that Hermes handbags are extremely desirable, and if you get one you should stick with it, like, you know, for the eternity. But I would say the worst things with Hermes, I find myself personally, it just quite often you're buying handbag without even knowing how it's gonna function for you. You literally just see the bag for a couple of minutes before you swipe your credit card at the boutique, and on top of everything you've been waiting for that bag for some time and you were like thinking, oh my gosh, I have to get it, I absolutely have to get it. There is few handbags that I sold. I have a list of the bags that I sold, and you know, saying that I sold them not for the reasons that I don't like the bag. I sold them because it didn't work out for me, either as a function of the bag, or it didn't work out for me because the quality of the leather or the color or something. Because I would never purchase Hermes handbag if I don't like it, and I will give you an example. In fact, it's only the live streams that I have on my channel. It's about Della Cavalleria Elan that I was offered at Hermes boutique in Paris, and pretty much I paid for the bag, I get the bag, and then I return the bag the very next day back to the boutique because I realized that bag not for me. And I think it's really wrong of me to get some bag if I don't really like it, don't like the color, don't like the shape, don't like the leather, etc. But these bags that I purchased, I was extremely happy about the purchase of these handbags, but after use I realized that they don't work out for me. And the first bag I want to talk about is 2424 in size 29, and that bag was, I think I got that in 2020. Yes, I got it in 2020, and it's actually my second bag that I purchased from the boutique, because my first one, it was Evelyn in a tan dark gray color, and I love that bag so very much. Mostly my daughter wears that bag. And 2424 in size 29 was my second bag, and I was very happy with that bag. It was a black color with gold hardware. Its size roughly about Birkin 25, I would say, because it's kind of wider at the base, but it says 29, but literally Zumoni organizer for Speedy 25 fits absolutely perfectly inside that bag. So it's roughly actually about 25 because of all the folds inside. And the bags that I got, it was what was the leather? It's not a clemence, it's something Turilium, I think Turilium something leather, meaning it's something like clemence. If I will find the name of the leather, exact name, I will put it right here, you know, in just kind of in text message. But the problem with that bag, because it's very beautiful. First and most, the leather was absolutely gorgeous. It looks so lush, so beautiful, so luxurious. But because it's like so like lush looking and so thick leather. It was very, very heavy. It's not from the baby bull. I think it's already from the grown-up bull, and the thickness of that leather is this much. It's so thick. And the bag by itself, it's already size 29, and if you're gonna put bag organizer and some stuff, it becomes an extremely heavy. I love the shape, I love the handle. Somewhat bother me the position of the strap on the back, but I thought I will turn to love it, but I didn't. I wish if the strap was exactly like in the Kelly, so it would be like, you know, more appropriate. And I love that there is a back pocket. Pretty much I love everything about that bag. I love the closure. I love just that it's one compartment. I didn't like the placement of the strap at the back, and I didn't like the leathers that I got, because the leathers that I got, it was very, very heavy. At the end, I had this bag for about a year, and I sold it in 2021 because I'm quite quickly realized that, you know, that bag doesn't work out for me. And then later on, I was offered even 24 in size mini, but I rejected right on the spot. Even in the mini, I don't want that bag. The second bag that I sold, it was Roulis, Roulis 18 or mini Roulis. Just let me see. Yes, mini Roulis, and I sold that bag because of the closure. I actually had it in Burenia Faubourg in color, what was the color? It's kind of brownish. Oh, I forgot again. I will put color over here. What was the color? Not Havana, something like that. Like, you know, it's kind of brownish color. And it was in Burenia Faubourg leather. And I didn't like that bag because of the closure, because that closure was so unsecure. You have to really fill up the bag. Not that it was difficult to fill up that bag because it's mini, just only size 18, but still I almost feel that I have to kind of enforce myself to make sure that the bag completely full, that it's when I'm pushing that closure up front, the bag stays closed. And the second thing is also because it was Burenia Faubourg, as much as I love the leather, it smells like heaven. It's so beautiful, but it's very, very kind of annoyingly scratchable. The funny things about that leather, you scratch it literally and you can buff it right away. I think even I have some video on my channel when I'm showing that I'm scratching that leather and I'm buffing away and there is no scratch. But because like you constantly, just a single touch of that leather, you get right away scratches, and I find myself constantly buffing that handbag, making sure that it doesn't look like worn out. And from very beginning, that leather looks like kind of like an old leather. It's kind of like almost antique looking leather. But the main problem with that bag is definitely a closure. And when I was requested that bag, I was actually myself requesting that bag. The reasons that I wanted, because I thought like it's as good as Constance 18, but I don't have to use my quota to have the bag that will substitute Constance 18. And boy, oh boy, I was so wrong. I don't like the, again, the strap, how it fixed on one side, and on another side it's kind of like, you know, funny closure. At the beginning, I thought it's the best things to substitute Constance 18, but after I used that bag, I regret it so very, very much. I didn't like that bag at all, and I know for a fact I will never want to have another Roulis in my collection. Never say never, but as per today, I don't want to have Roulis in my collection, that's for sure. The next bag that I sold is mini Bolide, and that bag was again so beautiful. That's the bag that I got at my first Paris trip. It's in Mauve Sylvestre. No, it wasn't Mauve Pale. It's very, very pale mauve Sylvestre. It's kind of mauve pale. Absolutely gorgeous bag. I love that bag. It's so beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. It was also Verso. It's Vertigo inside. It was kind of greenish on the inside. But the reason that I sold that bag, because I never wore it. It was brand new. I got it in Evercolor leather. Evercolor leather, it's also pressed leather like Epsom, but opposite of the Epsom leather, it's not as durable to me. It's kind of more softer, more slouchy composition of the leather. And from right away, like, you know, it's kind of looking already almost like kind of worn out handbag. And because also I got it in very light color, it's mauve pale, it's pretty much almost like a white color. I was paranoid to use that bag, and I couldn't bring myself to wear that bag, and I decided instead of it sitting in my closet, it may give a joy for someone else, and I decided to sell that bag, and I have zero regrets of selling that bag. The next bag that I sold, and you will be really shocked, it's my mini Lindy. And I had that bag in a tube with gold hardware. The perfect combo. The perfect combo. Again, I never wore that bag. I tried it at home. But, you know, I find that that bag, the width of that bag, not even width, the depth of that bag is quite wide, and I find that it's kind of sticking, like almost protruding off my body, and I'm very short, so anything that doesn't sit flat on my body just making me look wider. And on top of everything, I don't really like that closures. Those two zippers are so annoying, and because in mini size you don't really get that dumpling shape. It's kind of like boxy, squarish with awkward closure. Or either you don't really close those zippers, you kind of go flip on the front, that hardware, on that piece of the hardware that's sticking out, and I find it's really uncomfortable to use, and you know, as much as I love leather, it was in Clemence leather, I really loved the look and feel of that leather. As much as I love the color, because it was in a tube, I was always dreaming of having a tube in my collection. On top of everything, it was with gold hardware. I decided that I would rather sell it and let someone who truly enjoy the bag use the bag, because I truly feel that unless if you have some kind of sentimental value, like let's say your husband give you the bag for your anniversary or something, and then you decided to keep it no matter what, it's a different reasoning. But if the bag doesn't have any sentimental value and it's just sitting in your closet, you don't wear it, just like, you know, burning money, why not? So I decided to sell that bag. The next bag I sold you will be laughing, you will like, what's wrong with this woman? It's again mini Bolide. Because I sold my tube in mini Lindy, and previously I sold mini Bolide in very, very light color, I decided if I'm gonna buy mini Bolide again in a tube, preferably with gold hardware, I will be very, very happy. And when I was at the boutique, it was again on my second trip to Paris, I requested again mini Bolide. I said that I want specifically in a tube, but I requested in chèvre leather. I said I wanted chèvre leather, but they didn't have a tube color in chèvre leather. In chèvre leather, they only had orange poppy color, and I reject that color, and I decided to get a tube in ever color again. So when I came home, I look at that bag, I love the bag, I love the color. Again, I wasn't so sure about that leather. it was again sitting in my closet. To me, it was looking a little bit like a worn out. That's how Ever color looks like in the brand new condition, and that's what I don't like about Ever color, because right from the beginning it looks like a worn out handbag. So anyway, I decided to sell again, and I don't know, somehow when it comes to mini Bolide, I love the bag, but it seems I can't find my perfect bag yet. Maybe one day. So that was the last bag, I believe, that I sold from Hermes. You never know, I may sell more bags from Hermes, but these bags, I have zero regrets that I sold. I truly believe that I made right decision. Let me know if you sold any of your Hermes handbags and what is the reasoning why you sold that specific handbag, model, color, etc. Thank you very much, guys, for being here with me. I hope to see you on my next one. That's about it for today.